baby, cena një lately, shkundi muj që pom, edhe dhe I treti, sanet po ndrojnë të më koni njeti, po është jam ama jo bashike.
Hey, what's going on guys, it's James CLX44 back with a PRL video. This is the penultimate race at Japan. There's only 2 races left this week and next weekend. So we're here at Japan and hopefully things will go well for us. We're just going to jump into it. Bit of a heads up for this video. There is a bit of weather around for the race. It looks like it's going to be wet and then it might come dry. So yeah, going to be a bit of tough conditions. But this is our best lap that you're about to witness here on the super softs, as there is going to be rain for the race, so we decided to go into the super softs down into turn 1 for obviously using max everything down a gear for this tricky double right hander into 4th gear. I had to lift off a little bit so we didn't run too wide into the S section now. Very difficult part of the track to get right, but we're seeing pretty clean through here, through the left, 5th gear, down to 4th around the right, and then back up into 5th, and then 6th. For this next part now, we've just got a bit of a straight until the next braking zone. Very fast 2 corners this part, and then bring it back down. We actually go into 3rd gear through here, and now to the run to the hairpin. Got a little bit careful when you flick in here, because as soon as you're flicking, you got to try and hit the brakes without locking up. We'll go down to 2nd gear, try and get the drive, try not to get too much wheel spin, and then down this bend here. It's not really a straight, so it's a bit of a bend. Before we have these next couple of sequence of corners through the left, down into 5th gear, down to 4th, and we're just waiting to get on the power. Car's drifting out to the right hand side, try and get the best as possible, because now we've got a long straight, max fuel mode, hot lap in ERS mode, through the left kink, down into the tricky braking zone now, trying to get this right, little chicane to navigate. Again, try and limit the wheel spin on the exit, get on the power as soon as we can, cross the line, and that puts us P3 with 29.3 I believe it was. So that's P3, so we've still got the pace. So as you can see, old school, and then Coco, and then us top at the top 3. So let's get straight into the race. This also shows that we still have the pace to challenge at the front, but this is the strategy now. We're gonna do the one stop on the intermediates, depending on if the weather changes, because you can see it's meant to dry up. So this is formation lap. I'm hoping we can get a decent last 2 races for the end of PRL. It's going to be a shame when this league ends.
How was the pull away?
But
you'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Thanks Jeff, just interrupted me, but yeah, hopefully we can have a decent send off of PRL. I'm glad I was able to pull it up into P3 so we can actually fight for maybe a win or a podium, and hopefully get somewhere.
Will pass in 5 minutes and will be replaced by light rain conditions.
Okay, so that's interesting. The rain's meant to stop in 5 minutes, so we could be switching out to dries sooner than I anticipated. A word on the stream was that the front 2 cars has underfueled their car as well, so that might play into it. If it needs to dry up a little bit earlier, then they might happen to fuel save a little bit, which might help us as we've top the car up a little bit. I think we've got a lap and a half extra fuel, so that might help us if they are having to fuel safe. But we're lining up on the grid now, just waiting for everyone to come up. We slot into the P3 onto the grid. We're on the outside for turn 1 and 2. Hopefully we can keep it clean. Very difficult first corner.
On the lights, the start sequence.
So everyone's lined up now. We have 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go for the penultimate race. We get a decent start as Coco bobbed down a little bit, but we had a little bit of wheel spin on the 2nd stage, which allows Coco to come back at us. Coco a bit later on the brakes than us, but we try to go back to the inside. Can we get the move done for P2? As we do, we gain into position up into P2 in the first corner, so I'm really happy with that. Old school up ahead, so we're running P2, and old school's had a little bit of a moment, but we've had to back out of the throttle a little bit there before we actually have a moment ourselves. Very difficult conditions, I believe. It's very wet for these inters at the minute, but we are expecting it to dry up as we're losing the backhand slightly again. Just going to be cautious on the power as we have a little bit more moment, get onto the grass, which puts Wave onto the back of us. He tries around the outside, but we keep it going, and we've managed to survive that little issue that we have there now. But he's got a decent run at us, coming up into the hairpin. I've got a bit onto the curb on the exit, and now he's going to have a go. We want to be a little bit careful. We have a slight lock up, we run wide, he does the switch back, and he gets better traction than us, and he's able to drive away. Now we've got Jabbo behind us, so we've got to go defensively again. Again, skating off the track, not sure what I'm doing there. but Jabo on our inside, and I'm not gonna try and go back at him through this sequence. It's too hard, too difficult, and just trying to get control of the car. I've got a teammate behind us, so Mercedes running P4 and 5. Now the long straight, we are actually in the slipstream of Jabo, but the spray, we duck into the other side so we can see a little bit, and we actually let go of the power a little bit through there. Don't want to have to spin out. This first lap just being very cautious as we're into the chicane, and as you can see we have a little bit of a moment. As you can see someone else just ran wide, but this is it for us. I just lose the back end, and I smash the car to bits, and I actually take out one of the Red Bulls, so I really apologise to that Red Bull. I'm really sorry. As you can see again, we're coming through the chicane, but we have a little moment, and then just getting onto the power. Maybe should have short shifted up into 4th a little bit earlier, and just went into the pit lane wall and took the Red Bull out.
Let me know
so I'm so sorry for that Red Bull. I didn't mean to end your race like that, but yeah, unfortunate for us, we're out, and there's only one race left for PRL. Interestingly, I'll leave the link to the live stream in the description so you can see the rest of the race. But interestingly, after the result, it's going to be very difficult for the title runners. This is the permutations that will happen. So if Old School wins Coco and Coco comes second, Old School will win on the count of more wins. If Old School comes third and Coco comes 6th, Coco will win as a result of more second places, because they'll be equal on wins. And if Old School comes 6th and Coco comes 10th, that puts them both on 252 points, which means Coco wins as a result of more seconds. So really weird possibilities that could enter the championship. So it's going to be very tense coming into the last race in Abu Dhabi next weekend. I'm sorry that I crashed out. We had a good opportunity for a decent race here, but that's it from us. Please like and subscribe. I'm hoping, if you guys want, let me know down in the comments if I should live stream the next race, or if I should do an edited video, but it will look like something you might see next season. So to give you a little bit of a taste of what you'll be seeing for the league next season. So hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Peace.